Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the story of single mother Hoai Ka. Today, we'll follow her as she returns to her beloved home, the place where everything starts again from zero. Will Hoai Ka be able to overcome the challenges and rebuild a new life for herself and her child? And here's something special. She will receive support from close friends, those who will share with her not only the struggles and tears, but also the joys that lie ahead. Let's see what Hoai Ka will do next in this journey. Don't miss the exciting surprises waiting for you. Ha and Hoai Ka were on their way back to the old house after a long time away. The place no longer carried its familiar traces, overrun with wild grass growing everywhere. Walking along the narrow dirt path, both of them were lost in thought. The past months had been far from easy, but they had stayed strong, overcoming each challenge one by one. At the same time, Du was driving his truck down the same road. When he saw Hoai Ka and Ha, he didn't hesitate to stop and check in on her. Hoai Ka told Du she was on her way home to clean up the place, while Ha added a few lighthearted stories to ease the mood. Understanding the situation, Du immediately offered to give them a ride back to the old house. Hoai Ka thanked Du, and they quickly climbed into the truck. The vehicle rumbled down the narrow lanes, swaying with every turn, until it finally brought them home. The old house, long neglected, was now thick with overgrown weeds, its former appearance almost unrecognizable. The sight made Hoai Ka's heart ache. The three of them stepped inside, breathing in the quiet stillness of the place. They sat together in the familiar room, sipping cool drinks. Each of them carried their own thoughts about life, about the past, and about what lay ahead. Du asked about Tony Hoai Ka's son. Hoai Ka smiled and said Tony was much better now, thanks to Grandma Bay's devoted care and her use of herbal baths for the boy. Hearing this, Du let out a relieved sigh and expressed his gratitude to both Ha and Grandma Bay for looking after Tony so well. Hoai Ka went on to share that she planned to bring Tony back to the old house, and for that reason, she had set aside time to clean and restore the house and the farm. It was no easy task, but she couldn't let the place fall further into disrepair. With genuine concern, Du offered to help. He mentioned he had some leftover bricks and said he could use them to rebuild the vegetable garden, making the place neat and pleasant again. Hoai Ka was deeply touched by Du's care and kindness. She had always felt his sincerity, and this time was no different. Du was the kind of person who always showed up at the right moment, ready to help without hesitation. She thanked him and gladly accepted his offer. When Du left to get the bricks, Hoai Ka and Ha continued their work in the garden. The atmosphere was quiet. Only the sound of the hoe striking the hard earth could be heard as Ha worked, creating long rows of soil. She carefully dug up each patch to prepare for the new vegetable season. Although Hoai Ka wasn't someone who was used to gardening, she didn't hesitate to join Ha. Together, they tended to each plant, trimmed the overgrown branches, and cleared away the weeds that had spread throughout the garden. Every step, every task was done with focus and effort. Under the morning light, the garden seemed to come alive, gradually becoming brighter and tidier. The newly formed rows of soil looked neat, ready to welcome the young seedlings that would soon be planted. Ha and Hoai Ka shared light-hearted stories their laughter echoing in the still air, making the hard work seem much easier. Even though they both felt tired at times, their bond and teamwork helped them overcome all the challenges. Time seemed to fly by, and the atmosphere in the garden grew warmer than ever. The work, which had felt like it would last forever, became lighter with their shared effort. Finally, the garden was ready to welcome the fresh harvests, the result of their continuous labor. As they were busy working, Hoài Ca suddenly noticed Do's truck parked at the gate. She looked over and realized he had returned. The two quickly stood up and went outside to help him adjust the truck. His vehicle slowly rolled into the yard and stopped right in front of them. The three of them quickly rolled up their sleeves and got to work. Each brick was taken from the truck and placed on the ground with purpose. They worked tirelessly, and soon the pile of bricks was completely unloaded. Hoài Ca felt a sense of relief as things slowly fell into place, but then Do unexpectedly spoke up to apologize. He explained that he had an urgent shipment to take care of and wouldn't be able to help Hoài Ca any further. Hoài Ca looked at Do, her eyes filled with no reproach. She smiled gently and said, "It's okay, you go ahead and handle your work. Ha is here to help me." Do could feel the understanding and ease in her words. He nodded, thanked her, and quickly left to catch the shipment. After Do left to get the bricks, Hoài Ca and Ha continued with their work. Hoài Ca carefully stretched a straight line, making sure everything would be done correctly. Ha stood next to her, watching every step she took. Once the line was set, he began laying the first bricks in the new garden bed. He worked with precision, aligning each brick perfectly, not in a hurry, but taking it step by step. Each brick placed down felt like a small step in rebuilding the house. Meanwhile, Hoài Ca kept digging the remaining garden beds, trying to make the soil loose enough to lay the bricks easily. They worked in harmony, like old friends, who understood what the other needed and when. Every time Hoài Ca dug, Ha would move forward to lay another brick, creating an efficient working process. Both focused on their tasks, not speaking much, but the glances and unspoken gestures between them were enough to show their connection and teamwork. Hoài Ca felt the support from Ha, and Ha knew that every small task they did was bringing the old house back to life, just as she hoped. Once Hoài Ca finished digging, she and Ha moved on to the next step. They started to stretch the line to mark out the garden beds. Hoài Ca carefully placed each brick along the walls, building a strong, beautiful barrier. The bricks were laid neatly one by one, forming a straight line. A sense of satisfaction appeared on both their faces as they looked at the completed work. Each brick wasn't just a part of the garden, but a symbol of their effort, unity, and the hardships they had endured. As the work neared its end, the bricks were all in place, creating distinct areas for the garden beds. The soil was prepared to welcome the new seedlings. Hoài Ca and Ha exchanged satisfied glances. Though the work had been tiring, they both felt joy as they saw the garden becoming fresh again. Under their diligent hands, the beds would soon sprout new life, bringing vitality back to the house. When the last brick was placed, Hoài Ca and Ha looked at their work. The garden beds were divided into neat squares, each brick laid perfectly, creating a tidy and organized garden. The task was nearly complete, and although they were exhausted, they both felt content. They knew that every brick laid down and every bed prepared was an important part of rebuilding the house where Hoài Ca and her son Tony would find peace after the storms they had weathered. They sat together, admiring the garden beds, ready to receive new plants. There was still much work to be done around the house, but at least one important step had been completed. Hoài Ca felt warmth in her heart as she looked at the solid steps she and Ha had taken. They weren't just rebuilding the old house. They were rebuilding dreams, hopes, and a new future. Working with a friend like Ha made Hoài Ca feel more at ease. She knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead might be, she would never be alone. Ha was always ready to walk alongside her, helping her with every task. In those moments, Hoài Ca felt the genuine friendship and bond they shared, and it gave her the strength to keep going. Even though the work might be tiring, they both knew that this effort would lead to wonderful results. Each brick placed was a step forward in restoring the house. Each garden bed prepared was a symbol of hope in the future. Hoài Ca and Ha had created a space full of life, not just a place to live, but a place to nurture new dreams.
Dù vậy, Hoài Ca không thể cứ nằm yên mãi trên giường, cảm giác rằng cần phải làm gì đó để cảm thấy có ích đã thôi thúc cô đứng dậy. Hoài Ca bắt đầu dọn dẹp nhà cửa, lau chùi từng góc nhà giúp bà Bảy. Cô biết mình không thể cứ phụ thuộc vào người khác mãi, dù bà Bảy đã rất tận tâm giúp đỡ cô. Sau khi dọn dẹp xong, cô cảm thấy một phần nào đó của mình đã trở lại với cuộc sống bình thường. Bà Bảy vẫn lo lắng cho tình hình của cô, nên khi thấy Hoài Ca đứng dậy làm việc, bà bảo cô nghỉ ngơi, đừng làm quá sức. Hai người ngồi lại cùng nhau trò chuyện vui vẻ. Mặc dù có những lúc Hoài Ca chỉ im lặng, nhưng bà Bảy luôn cố gắng tạo dựng không khí thoải mái khiến Hoài Ca cảm thấy dễ chịu hơn. Những lời nói của bà ấm áp và chân thành giúp Hoài Ca dần dần cảm nhận được rằng mình không còn cô đơn nữa. Một lúc sau, Hà về nhà. Sau một ngày làm việc vất vả, cả ba ngồi lại quây quần bên nhau. Dù Hoài Ca chỉ mới là người xa lạ, nhưng trong không khí ấm cúng ấy, cô cảm nhận được sự chân thành và tình cảm từ hai người. Hà không nói nhiều về quá khứ của cô, mà chỉ lắng nghe, quan tâm và chia sẻ những câu chuyện đời thường. Cảm giác ấy, tình cảm ấy khiến Hoài Ca thấy ấm lòng, như thể cô đã tìm thấy một nơi an yên trong cuộc sống của mình. Dù chưa hoàn toàn hồi phục, nhưng Hoài Ca bắt đầu cảm thấy mình có thể tin tưởng vào những người xung quanh, và có lẽ đây chính là bước khởi đầu cho một chương mới trong cuộc đời cô, nơi tình người và sự chia sẻ sẽ giúp cô vượt qua mọi khó khăn.